Good morning and welcome to Live Highlight in the Magic City on YouTube's Highlight Channel. We made it another week.
We did.
Go
Stu,
figure.
We're back.
Wow. I'm Stu Nyman. I'm here with Andrew Blackman. We're pleased to welcome you to this Thursday matinee performance. This is the beginning of our playing week here at Magic City Jai-Alai. We have 9 games for you beginning at noon. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offer Win, Play, Show, Quinella, Exacta, and Trifecta wagers. If you're new to the Jai-Alai channel and those terms are new to you, we will explain them throughout the performance. We have a pick 3 that begins in game 4. The high-paying High 5 jackpot begins in game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee. And the all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot beginning in Game 1. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, but placing bets is not necessary to enjoy all we have in store for you today. And if you don't take a look at Watch and Wager, you might also take a look at mywinners.com. That's associated with Connecticut off-track betting. We have no scratches in today's performance, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, there are no scratches in today's performance. All the players who were scheduled to play are playing. Had we had a scratch, we'd go over them in how they affect the performance in its entirety now, but there's no scratches. So everyone scheduled to play is playing. And in addition to that, if you have not already done so, you can go to MagicCityCasino.com. And if you look at the Highlight tab, you can scroll down and see our entries, our results, our statistics. And program pages, so you can follow along, game by game. Ladies and gentlemen, we recognize that many of you are sheltering in place or safer at home or just trying to get by as best you can. All over the world, oddly enough, as we've found out, we have people watching from almost everywhere, which is really impressive. And we so appreciate the support. That's as we all try to confront this new normal. Wherever you may be, we hope you are safe and healthy. And we're just glad that we're able to bring you Jai-Alai as sports entertainment, live sports entertainment, this afternoon. We now welcome you to sit back and relax because at 12 noon, it's time to play Jai-Alai.
And Stu, before we get into previewing today's action, we have a video for you all at home that'll explain the format for today's games. The first 8 games will have spectacular 7 scoring. What does that mean? This video will explain it for you all. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And that was spectacular 7 scoring. As we mentioned, that will be the format for the first 8 games of this matinee performance. We have 2 performances today, so the first 8 games of both performances will feature spectacular 7 scoring.
Andrew, how are your days off?
Stu, pretty good couple days off, just relaxed, stayed at home, watching TV, watched the final episode of The Last Dance, that Bulls documentary, so pretty chill. How about yourself?
Quiet days.
Quiet days.
Spent Tuesday in bed. in bed.
not
nice dark room.
not
Dark, cool room.
Not good weather either. So
No.
not a lot of reason to go out this week. It's approaching that time of the year where it rains
It's time
almost
for
every
the
afternoon.
weather report
Yeah.
here at Magic City Jai-Alai.
Yes, the weekly weather report. But we do have some highlight news, pretty big news today, Stu. I know I'm excited. The debut. We have Ron in the fronton today, so he will be making.
How long did it take you to come up with that?
I've been thinking of that all day in the car ride. I thought about it when I got here.
God.
We were
Ron in the fronton.
a little Dr.
Wow.
Seuss for you this morning. So he is back. It's like Michael Jordan. His agent actually crafted a couple messages, and he didn't like them, so he just sent us a fax that said, "I'm back." So Ron and MJ, the same there. He's back. We are very excited to have him back. And for the whole roster, he's just going to bring up everyone's play. It's exactly what he did last year, came in pretty late in the season, and really just showed everyone that he is one of the top players on this roster, Stu.
Not in this morning's practice, he did.
But not in this morning. See,
I don't know
we
what
get
you
some
were
scouting.
watching, but this was someone who is obviously still coming off of the holidays, which is, I believe, we're at 5 months ago. He patted his belly. He said, "Too much belly." Ron, obviously a thorough professional on and off the court, but literally, I don't believe he's thrown a ball since January.
Yeah, I was going to say that's it's probably been a while.
Yeah, no, it's been a little while, but it's going to take him a little bit. He's also playing with the new Cesta. So for those people looking to incorporate that into their handicapping logic, he obviously has the most experience of anyone on the roster. He's a dominant player, but if you base today's play on the comments that I just made, you may say that I don't know what I'm talking about, which I frequently don't. But he was it's a little bit of a rough practice. New Cesta and not having played in a few months. We'll see how he does.
Right, especially with these guys who've been playing for a couple weeks, and they've also been practicing. I mean, Ron, we said he's been in California, just got the clearance, so at the most, he's been practicing just 3-4 days. So certainly going to get better as the season goes on, as he gets more reps in there, he'll get the rust off. And another big piece of news, Stu. Over the weekend, we had a couple of fans that were, actually last week, we had some people that were asking about the possibility of a fantasy highlight league in some capacity. Well, folks, we're pleased to announce that was worked on this week during play, and it is pretty much ready to go. We have the whole fantasy highlight structure. It will be more of a weekly, like daily fantasy structure, more like DraftKings. You won't necessarily be drafting a team. How it's going to work: every player is available, and every doubles team is available. You will choose 3 singles players per team and 1 doubles team. So for a total of 4 players overall that make up your whole team. Each player is going to have a certain value, a dollar value. Obviously, the better players are going to have a higher value. And your goal is to make the team that gets the most possible points. The players will get points based on their finishes in every game they play this week. They will get 5 points for every win, 3 points for every place, 2 points for every show, and 1 point for every quad. So your goal is to make the best team with a $21 budget. You'll have a $21 budget, and you'll see all the prices online with all that information. And your goal is to just make the best team possible, get the most points. And this first week is just going to be a bit of a trial run. We're going to see how it goes, see how the people like it, work out the kinks. We don't anticipate any problems with it. But if there are, we will adjust those, and then we'll be ready to go officially for next week, and we'll be giving away Magic City themed prizes, Stu. We'll be having hats, maybe some shirts, and so we're hoping that the people will like it and gives something else. If you're not necessarily into the betting, you don't want to put the money into Watch and Wager or anything like that. Maybe you're not even old enough to participate in Watch and Wager. Anyone could play here. We have the link for you. This link, I'm going to read out the link, and then I believe our producer, the lovely Lindsay, is going to post this in the chat for you. So Fantasy Highlight, big news, breaking news, will be available. We'll be starting play on Friday. That will be tomorrow. We'll be starting tomorrow, so you have all day today to get those entries in. We'll be promoting it throughout the day. Before we begin play, we have the URL here. It is tinyurl.com/fantasy highlight. That is the link again. It's tinyurl.com, tinyurl.com/fantasy highlight. I believe our producer will be posting that link in the chat any moment. As the clock hits 0 minutes, we'll be talking more about the fantasy highlight throughout the day. Big breaking news. We are ready to begin. Send it over to Stu.
You quite finished?
I'm well, not yet. We
Can
got
we
a
start
lot
the
more.
highlight? I mean,
we
do you
can start. We
mind?
can start. 0 minutes. The whistle blew. Sorry.
That's nice of you.
All
Thanks.
on you, Stu.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Jai-Alai. 12:01 p.m. This is a 9-game performance. Our first game played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. This begins today's Mighty Ocho. Judges are in place. Players are in place. We're waiting for the serve. Lamonte serves. We begin game 1. Asier from the backhand. Lamonte goes deep. Rebote, 2-all by Asier. What a carom thrown by Lamonte. That cut out maybe the 1.5 line. The closer to the front wall that ball cuts out, the better it is on the 2-all. Beautifully thrown by Lamonte, point 1. Lamonte first up on the board in our first game. Our next matchup brings Cool Fitness to the court. Powerful backhand by Cool Fitness. Scores, point 3. Cool Fitness now serves to the green shirt of post 4. Here's number 30, Diaz, in the green shirt. Ball missed off the serve, point 3. Now receiving in the black shirt of post 5, we have Tennessee. Rebote left side. Big bounce to the inside. Tennessee from the 11 line. Low and hard, just above the pad. Cool Fitness has it. Nope, Tennessee probably should have gone that. Should have gone for that coming the other way. Yeah. No rebote there. Point 3. Post 6, the yellow shirt receives. Here's CRB. Powerful backhand by CRB. It's a beautifully thrown rebote on the left side of Cool Fitness. 2-all, off the court, too hard, point 3. Cool Fitness has 4 points. He serves to the pink shirt of post 7. This next matchup has Cool Fitness serving to Fred. Fred starts off throwing high to the front wall. Fred for the rebote. He's on the run. Overran it. Point 3. Cool Fitness with 5 straight points. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, Juice. That took a nice big bounce to the corner and scored. Point 3. Straight points to a possible game point here for the white shirt of post 3. Cool Fitness trying to stop him. Asier. All points and matchups are double. Reverse to the pad. That is point. And a perfect game, ladies and gentlemen, of the white shirt of post 3. Cool Fitness. 3 wins it. 1 comes in second. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 will pair off and play off 4. Third place. 4 first serves to 5. Point 4. 6 now serves to 7. 0.6. 8 serves 2. The winner of this point will meet 4 and 6 in the continuing playoff for third place. 8 serves 2. That hit the side wall before the front wall. That's an illegal carom serve. Wow. 0.2. 4, 6, and 2 remain in the playoff for third place. 4 first serves to 6. Point 4. Possible third place finish here for Diaz. Trying to stop him, Assier. Good catch by Diaz. Scoop by Assier. Carom by Assier. Caught by Diaz. There's the hard throw. That scores for Diaz. 0.4. Point and show to post 4, Diaz. Unofficial order finish. 3, 1, 4. Well, I certainly don't want to take anything away from Cool Fitness, who won the game. But other than that, that game was...
Yeah. Not the best performance we've seen in a game one. First game of the week here. So
we had a really good game one the other night.
We
did. Saturday?
Yes, Saturday.
Saturday. I think we had a great game one to start.
The best, yeah.
You know, sometimes after coming off of 3 days where you have been throwing it around, it's... But, I mean, yeah, we saw some easily dropped balls. We saw a serve that hit the sidewall first. That's a first-year issue. Fortunately, that brings us to our prices, and we have high hopes for Game 2. From Game 1, 3-1-4 was the result. Quinella won 3, 29-20. The trifecta, 3-1-4, 476-40. Respectable exacta. $1, 3-1, 62-20. So the Quinellas first and second in any order for 29-20. The trifecta, that's first, second, and third place, 476-40. So let's give this another try. Game 2 up next. A spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There are no scratches for Game 2. And our expectation is that Game 2 will be a better game than Game 1.
Lofty goals here to start the week, but hopefully these guys can do it. We got a video also between these two games. We mentioned last week you create this thing during the week called the Rebote Recap. The Rebote Recap, as it sounds, recaps the play of the previous week here at Magic City Jai-Alai. So here for week number 4, you're going to get a preview of the week 3 play featuring our golden Cesta winner, number 22, Bueno. Here it is. Take a look.
Welcome to the Rebote Recap. From top plays to player standings, the Rebote Recap is the only weekly update you need. So let's get into it. We are 3 weeks into the 2020 Magic City Jai-Alai season, and a familiar name has resurfaced atop the standings. Number 13, Douglas. Douglas came into week 3 in an unfamiliar position for himself, second place. So the Wonder Boy played with a new level of intensity that helped him capture 5 singles victories. Douglas has certainly reasserted his dominance over the roster. Now with a total of 15, he leads the pack both in total wins and win percentage, hitting a clip of just under 42%. Trailing closely behind Douglas is someone that knows him and his game pretty well. That would be his roommate, number 1, Anderluck. Magic City's Winter Soldier always comes to the fronton prepared for a tough battle, and this week he came out firing from the start. His powerful serve and consistency with his catches were major factors that helped Anderluck also find the win column 5 times this week, giving him a total of 13 wins on the season. And now, last week's singles leader Ikeda sits solo in 3rd place. Number 23 found himself in a free fall down the standings after a winless week of singles action. Don't get me wrong, Ikeda's still in fighting shape with 12 wins for the season, but with Douglas and Anderluck on the rise, Ikeda really needs to turn things back around for himself in week 4. Let's move on to the Golden Cesta. This week's Golden Cesta came right down to the final game of singles play. Here's the breakdown. Douglas needed a win in Sunday's Game 9 for a share of the title, but just a few uncharacteristic mistakes stalled his comeback and ensured that the Player of the Week honors would go to number 22, Bueno. Bueno struggled to close games in the first 2 weeks of singles action. He tallied 0 total wins with numerous 2nd and 3rd place finishes. However, in typical Bueno fashion, he never let his emotions get the best of him. Number 22 came back to the fronton refocused in week 3 and secured an amazing total of 6 singles victories. We think Bueno was just getting his feet wet. I don't know about you, but I'm looking for Bueno to build off of this great showing and continue to steadily improve throughout the season. Week 2 of our first doubles tournament brought the most dominant team performance we've seen in Magic City Jai-Alai's young history. Douglas and Lamonte entered week 2 with a share of the lead, but piled on a whopping 7 victories and only 14 appearances to take a commanding 5-win lead over the rest of the pack. Douglas and Lamonte now have a total of 10 team wins in this 2-week-old tournament. Fred and Ikeda tried their best to stay as close to the top slot as possible, but even with their 3 wins this past week, they still have a lot of ground to cover to catch up to the leading team. Let's not forget that there's still over a month of play to go in this tournament, so there's still some time for other teams on the roster to slow down Douglas and Lamonte's secretariat-like pace. This week's Rebote play goes to everyone's favorite bearded pelotari, number 77, El Barba. The affectionately dubbed Dennis Rodman of Jai-Alai earned his nickname not just because of his eclectic personality, but also his ruthless competitiveness and drive to win each and every day he enters the fronton. That drive is leading to more and more success on the court, as evidenced by this perfectly executed game-winning Rebote. Have a look for yourself in this Rebote Play of the Week.
Good catch by El Barba. Well, with a good catch at the 8 line. Hard throw. Rebote coming out. Absolutely beautiful outside placement of the Rebote is going to score to win. Point and game, ladies and gentlemen.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the Rebote recap that will premiere on the Jai-Alai Channel every Thursday matinee performance. Until our season schedule changes and we start on Wednesday, then it will debut every Wednesday. But for now, until we get to July, it will debut every Thursday matinee. So that's a little recap of last week's play. We had a pretty good week last week, and towards the end of it, Stu, the guys were throwing it hard, playing really well. So kind of a slow game 1 here, and hopes to pick it up in game 2, as we mentioned earlier.
Yes, if you're watching that video, you said, well, wait a second. I just watched something that looked nothing like that. What is this? Well, fortunately, we have Game 2 coming up in just a little bit less than a minute. Some different players coming into Game 2, and that was just a slow start. Fortunately, everyone in that first game has had some inspired play. They really have. Lamonte, Osier, Cool Fitness, Diaz. It's just a question of what day they're going to play well, and hopefully that day is today, coming up in these next games. Less than a minute till post in Game 2. No scratches.
And this is going to be an interesting week, Stu, just as a whole. We got Jedden back, Foley, Ron's back. So now that Ron's back, it's going to push some of those guys that were in the later games back to those middle games. So hopefully the level of competition throughout the games now is going to be a little higher now that Ron sort of comes back and raises everyone's level of play. As the clock hits 0 minutes, send it over to Stu for game number 2.
We now begin game number 2, a spectacular 7 singles match, play to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, number 18, CRB. He serves to the blue shirt of post 2, number 37, Tennessee. Our first matchup has CRB serving to Tennessee. There's the serve. We begin game 2. Rebote missed by CRB. Point 2. Tennessee's first up on the board in our second game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. Here's number 22, Bueno. Good catch on the forehand to Tennessee. Hard to the inside. Bueno's there. Tennessee from the backhand at the 8 line. Forehand rebote by Bueno. Tennessee through the 2-all, just threw it way out of play. Point 3. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the green shirt of post 4, number 30, Diaz. Powerful backhand throw by Ben. Karen by Bueno rather is wide. Point 4. I think I called Ben Diaz. Yeah. Ben in the green shirt of post 4 serving to Diaz in the black shirt of post 5 in this next matchup. Diaz comes hard from the forehand, gets it over Ben's head. Ben on the rebote to the outside. Diaz moves up on it. Cortada scores. That is beautifully thrown by Diaz. So the Cortada thrown from the right side, low above the pad, to the inside wall. Dying coming off the side wall. Very nice. Next matchup brings El Barba to the court. El Barba was going for an outside placement, but he threw it off the court instead. Point 5. Here's post 7 in the pink shirt, Jedin. Jed moved up on the ball. Serve died coming out of the box. Jedin. Nice backhand throw. Clipped the overhead screen. That's just out of play. Point 5. Here now to complete the first round and receive wearing the purple shirt of post 8, number 29, Vuelo. Powerful forehand throw by Vuelo. Rebote by Diaz. Vuelo on the catch. Rebote to the inside. Vuelo on the run. Keeps it on the left. Beautiful throw by Vuelo to the inside. That rebote hit the overhead screen. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return, post 1, the red shirt, CRB. CRB on the backhand. Low and hard. Vuelo's there. Rebote by CRB. CRB was looking like he was trying to throw a shot to the inside. Missed the front wall entirely and hit the pad. If it was a shot, wasn't good. Point 8. Here's post 2, Tennessee. Over serve. Point 2. Ball must land between the 4 and 7 line. That passed the 7. This point goes to Tennessee. Our next matchup has Tennessee serving 2, post 3. Bueno. To the overhead screen, that reverse goes point 2. Possible game point for Tennessee in the blue shirt of post 2. Trying to stop him. Ben, post 4. Tennessee going in with one hand. Missed it. Point 4. Ben has 3 points. He serves to El Barba, the yellow of post 6. Nice backhand throw by El Barba. Ben's there. El Barba takes it in the air. Nice left side rebote by El Barba. Beautifully played and scoring for El Barba. Point 6. Back and ready to receive the pink of post 7, Jedden. El Barba with a missed ball at the 9 line, point 7. Jedden serves in this matchup to Diaz. Good catch by Diaz. Backhand from the 8 line. Jedden on the run for the rebote. To the inside he goes. What a catch. Wow. So I want to check on him. Diaz was going for the ball at the side wall, crashed into it pretty hard, reached down to his knee.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a momentary break.
And so what happens in this situation with an injured player? You see a sub at the bottom of the game page for this game. That player being Anderluck for game 2. Obviously, injuries don't happen very often in the middle of games. This is the first time it's happened this year, maybe a few times, maybe once or twice last season, if that. What happens, Anderluck will come in. He will take the place of Diaz in the rotation, so he'll take the black shirt of post 5. He'll be wearing that black shirt if he comes back through the rotational order. It will be Anderluck that plays, not Diaz, and obviously, Stu, as you mentioned, crashing into that side wall, looked to take a bit of an awkward step when he landed, crashing into the side wall, so we'll hope he's all right. As the music is off, we'll begin. Back to play. Jedden will serve.
Player manager is back with Diaz, and we will continue the game.
And taking a look there, stats on the year for Diaz was having a particularly good season. 9 wins, 8 places, 7 shows. Very consistent here. So the ref blows the whistle. We will resume play. Jedden serves.
Jedden serves. Game 2 is back underway. With a drop ball, 0.7. Possible game point for the 7 post. Jedden trying to stop him. Post 8. The purple shirt. Vuelo. Possible game point, Jedden. Powerful backhand by Vuelo. Rebote. It's a 2-all. Catch by Vuelo. Nice catch on the forehand. That comes in and scores. Point and game. Pink shirt of post 7, Jedden. 2 places, 4, 5, and 8 will play off for third place. 4 serves to 5. Anderluck will step in as the official substitute for Diaz. There will be some practice throws since Anderluck has not thrown the ball yet. Anderson will take a couple practice throws. He will play for Diaz in the rest of this game. And play continues in the playoff for third place. Backhand by Anderluck. Anderluck on the rebote that falls short, 0.4. Possible show point for post 4, Ben. Trying to stop him, Vuelo. Well, on the backhand. He threw that reverse 2-all off the court completely. Point and a third place finish to post 4, Ben. Unofficial order finish, 7-2-4. Your prices will go up in a moment.
And results of Game 2 are now official. First place, his first win of the year. How about that? Jedden missed some time due to injury. His first singles win of 2020. Congratulations to Jedden picking up the win in post 7. Second place, post 2, Tennessee. Third place, post 4, Ben. 7-2-4, the official finish for game number 2. You got prices coming in here for game number 2. Consolations in the Quinella and Exacta. $2 Quinella. We got 2 all pays $2.60. Quinella 7 all pays $15.20. Means if you had 2 with any number or 7 with any number, you're a winner. So make sure, don't throw out those tickets. A couple consolations in the Quinella pool and the Exacta pool as well. All 2 coming in. $2 pays $9.20 on that. So any number with 2. Didn't have to be the 7. Could be any number with 2 as the second number. That will pay out $9.20. And 50-cent trifecta here is paying $295.85. Nice win price, $29.40 there for Jen, as we mentioned, his first win of the 2020 season. Congratulations to number 8, Jedden. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, will be game number 3. Game 3, our first of 3 doubles games in this 12 p.m. performance. The matinee performance for you, first of the week, here at Magic City. I believe now, due to the injury there by Diaz in game number 2, there will be some scratches there in game number 3. We will get those scratches for you in just a moment. Obviously, when a player gets hurt mid-game, we don't obviously never anticipate that happening. We hope Diaz is okay, but we have to make changes to the program on the fly. Diaz was scheduled to play game 3, game 4, game 5, game 6, and I believe in game number 7 as well. So the next 4 games, we mentioned, actually, if I could count, that would be 5 games. So the next 5 games will be featuring, will not be featuring Diaz anymore, as he was injured in that previous game. So hopefully this is not a long-term injury and he is all right as soon as possible. But seeing the severity and having to be helped off the court, safe to assume that this performance he is definitely done for this matinee performance, and we will get those scratches to you once we have them, and that will be any moment. We'll get those for you. While we have a moment, we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, a couple of fans last week in the chat were talking about the prospects of doing a fantasy highlight league, and well, your wish is our command, guys. We actually put it all together for you during this week. The Magic City Fantasy League. We have the link to the league that is posted in the chat section. The Highlight Channel posted the link, but for those of you that do not see it, I will say it out loud for you. It is tinyurl.com/fantasy-highlight. And Fantasy Highlight is FANTASY-JAIALAI. A little difficult with the spelling there for highlight. JLIALAI. So that is tinyurl. tinyurl.com/fantasy-highlight. And that is the link where you can sign up. So if you follow that link, it'll take you to this website, fantazier.com. It's a platform where you can run your own fantasy leagues, and people there want to thank them for all their help in helping us set this up over the course of the week. So how it's going to work, it'll take you to that main page, and you're going to see a little button that says join this league. So if you click that button and you want to participate, it'll take you to a page where you can create the account, and then once you create an account, it'll take you to set the lineup. So you go to set my lineup, and you will see at the top of the page it says select your players this week, and there are limits to each lineup. Each lineup must have exactly 3 singles players and exactly 1 double spot. So exactly 3 singles and 1 doubles team every week of play. So we'll be starting this not today. We'll be starting it tomorrow. We're trying it out this week. There will be no prizes awarded. This will be just for fun. But if you want to play, we suggest and we highly recommend you click on that link that was posted in the chat section. And if you don't have it, it is tinyurl.com/fantasy-highlight. And in this entry page right here, Stu, yeah, we got actually, let's go with the scratches, and then we'll get back to this. We know a couple. So, Stu?
So, Diaz is finished for the day. He's been seen by med staff. I doubt he'll be back in the second performance today. We'll see from there. But let's talk about the rest of this afternoon. Game 3, post 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred. Game 3, post 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Fred. Game 4, post 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Game 4, post 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Game 5, post 3, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with El Barba. Game 5, post 3, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with El Barba. Game 6, post 5, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Bueno. Game 6, post 5, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Bueno. Game 7, post 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Game 7, post 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. And that's it for the scratch of Diaz in the remainder of today's performance. And we imagine that he will more than likely be scratched in the 4 p.m. performance, and after that, we'll see.
And thank you for those scratches, Stu.
You're welcome, Andrew.
And we'll we'll be talking about those before every game as well.
I didn't mean to interrupt your description of fantasy with the scratch update, but
more important,
it might be.
more important than the fantasy highlight for sure. But we'll get back to it. So you see the entry page: 3 single spots, 1 double spot. Each player has a certain price. The better players are going to have higher prices. The worse players, the guys with the lower stats, are going to have a lower price. And so your objective, you have $21 total to spend amongst your 4 total players on your team.
I'm not spending
and then the person,
$21 on that.
Not 21 real dollars, 21 fake dollars every week. There's no real money involved, just prizes for fun. You have a 21.
So it doesn't cost anything.
Doesn't cost anything.
So it's free to participate.
Completely free to participate.
That's awesome.
And you can only win prizes. Magic City themed stuff. Not this week. We'll be doing that every other week. We're just testing it out this week. Get the kinks out. We don't anticipate any, as we said, but we just got to see how it runs first. It's the first time we're trying it out. I think this is the first time it's been done in the sport of Jai-Alai, so a bunch of new stuff with this. We're testing it out. The $21 budget. You can't go over that $21. The site won't even allow you to do it, Stu. So if you try, they won't let you do it. Check that out. The URL or the link there is in the Jai-Alai chat. 0 minutes to game number 3. We'll begin shortly.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin game number 3. A spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round play. It's actually a spectacular 7 doubles match. The first of 3 doubles games in today's performance. Serving in red shirts, post 1. It's now Fred and Anderluck as Diaz went down. Blue post 2 receives El Barba and Ben. There's the serve. We begin. Ball tipped. Strong forehand throw by Anderluck. Anderluck on the forehand. Hard throw to the inside. Tennessee with a beautiful catch at the 12 line. Tennessee threw that a little too hard. That hit the overhead screen. Point 1. Green shirts a post 4 receive. Lamonte and Douglas. That's a great catch by Anderluck, and a beautiful carom return's gonna score. Point 1. Our next matchup has the red shirts of post 1, Fred and Anderluck serving, with the black shirts of post 5, Juice and Carballo. Carballo on the backhand. Anderluck from the forehand. Ball tipped in the front court by Juice. Point 1. 4 straight points for the red shirts of post 1, Fred and Anderluck. Our next matchup has Fred serving to post 6, the yellow shirts, Asier and Kubala. Catch by Fred. Kubala, tip ball, midcourt, point 1. Wong with 5 points, serving to post 7. Here's CRB and Vuelo. That landed. Forehand went off the court. Point 1. Straight points to a possible game point here for Fred and Anderluck, trying to stop them. Jedden and Cool Fitness in the purple at post 8. Point and a perfect game with no other points on the board for the red shirts at post 1, Fred and Anderluck. We will now have a lengthy playoff for second and third place. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 first serves to 3. Good serve by El Barba. Tennessee's got it on the forehand. Ball missed by Ben. Point 3. Green shirts, a post 4. Receive Lamonte and Douglas. 3 serves to 4. Powerful forehand throw by Douglas. Tennessee is there. Douglas on the backhand. Bueno from the 9 line. Douglas on the backhand again. Bueno's got it. Tennessee makes the catch on the forehand. Keeps it over Bueno's head. Douglas moves in. Backhand touched the overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 4. 4 now serves to the black shirts of post 5. Juice and Carballo. Catch on the backhand of Douglas. Robote left side. He went for one-handed and missed. Point 4. Yellow shirts at post 6 receive. Asier and Kubala. Robote forehand by Lamonte. Caught by Asier. Hard throw by Asier. Caught by Douglas. Kubala. Tip ball. 10 line. Point 4. 4 places. 3 shows. Unofficial order of finish. 1, 4, 3. Your prices will be posted in just a moment. 1, 4, 3. Yes, Chad. Game's over. Results from Game 3 are official. Coming in first, post 1, Fred and Anderluck. Taking second, post 4, Lamonte and Douglas. Coming in third, post 3, Bueno and Tennessee. The 1-4-3 is the official result for Game 3. Here are your prices. $2 Quinella, that's first and second in any order, $18.40. Trifecta, 1-4-3, $324.60.
And before we get into game number 4, we got a little video explaining Jai-Alai, how to win, how to lose in this sport. We understand many of you are new, so there's only a few rules, and this video will explain them all. Take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's Cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's Cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And that was a video explaining just a few of the rules here in Jai-Alai, not overly complicated. Any shot that juggles, any ball that's tipped, over and under serves, got to keep it within the lines. A lot of similar rules to other sports that you may be familiar with more than Jai-Alai, but we hope you are certainly enjoying the product here. And a note there for game number 4 we mentioned. You see the entries there for game number 4 on your screen right now. One adjustment to those entries. We had no scratches going into the day. Unfortunately, Diaz took a bit of a crash into that side wall in game number 2. He is done for the performance, and we said most likely the afternoon as well. So Diaz is done for this performance in game number 4 here. He will be replaced by Tennessee. Tennessee will take his place in the one post for Diaz in game number 4. So again, for those of you that have bet Diaz in, and if you're playing along fantasy and you've already made your picks for this week, probably would reconsider a pick for Diaz, or the team of Diaz and Anderlecht will take those players and teams down, as they will not be competing or necessarily have a full week to play there for that fantasy side of it. So we'll make those adjustments accordingly. But if you want to play, we have the URL and that link on our website. It is the tinyurl.com/fantasy Jai-Alai. This is the trial week. We're testing it out. Play will not start in fantasy until tomorrow. We're giving you all day today to get those entries in. You have the matinee and the afternoon performance, and up until we start tomorrow, post time is 12 o'clock for all of our matinee performances. So you have until Friday morning, 11:59 a.m. Eastern Time, right before we start the performance. Those lineups will be locked, and then the stats will be updated at the end of every performance. So just a little more about how the scoring works. So if you've played fantasy in other sports, you know the statistical categories equate to different point values. So for a win, each win, the player will get 5 points, fantasy points, if you will. If they place, they will get 3 fantasy points for every place they have during the week. If they show, they will get 2 fantasy points for every show. And that quad point will come in the 9th game only. And the quad, really, there won't be that many quad points available during the week. But if your player happens to get one, it will just be 1 additional point. And so how the total points is going to work is the person with the most total points from all 4 of their players at the end of the week will win. So each win is going to be 5, each place is going to be 3 times, each show is going to be 2 times, and each quad is going to be 1 times as many finishes that they actually have statistically. So those numbers on the website are updated. You see the stats for week 1, 2, and 3. Those are the actual stats and fantasy stats that would have been if we were playing. So you can use those numbers to make your picks for this week. You can see averages. You can compare players on the website, fantaseer.com. It's a very cool website. And then in that entries page, you have the bios of all the players. You have the total fantasy points they've scored all year. You have their average points per week, their average points per game, and guys play different, varying amounts of games every week, which is why we also have a projected amount of games played this week total. So there's different strategies in terms of fantasy football. There's different strategies in terms of every daily fantasy that you may play, and some people might like volume, guys that are going to be playing more games. That's one strategy, and other people look at it purely statistically. They want the guys with the highest, weekly averages in order to build an optimal lineup. So there's a bunch of different ways to do this. It's a lot of fun. The prices are set based on their statistical averages, their weekly averages, and also referencing their points per game averages. So the players that have the better statistics, that have been finishing higher, that have gotten more fantasy points, are going to be higher valued than the guys that maybe aren't playing so well. And again, each team must have 3 singles and 1 doubles team. The site will not let you submit without it. And you have a $21 budget. So everyone's got a value. You got to stay $21 or under in order for that entry to be valid. And as you said, the site won't let you do it. So check that out. tinyurl.com/fantasy-highlight. The link is in our chat. And we will begin with that tomorrow as the clock. We'll begin that tomorrow. The matinee performance as the clock strikes 0 minutes. We are ready to begin game number 4. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin game number 4. Game 4 will be a spectacular. And actually, folks, we're going to give another minute to practice. We're waiting for the officials to come out here, and we're making adjustments to the program due to Diaz's injury. So give us a moment here. We'll begin play. Like we mentioned, Diaz was injured in game number 2. We're making adjustments to the program for that, so we can get all the information to you guys if you're betting on it or playing any other way. You just want to make sure you got all the information in order to be as accurate as possible here. We'll begin the game as soon as that is ready. Players will just continue to practice here for a moment. Back to the fantasy highlight for a moment while we have a second. We mentioned there will be prizes every week. This week, for the trial week, we're testing it out just for fun. There will not be any prizes, but every week after that, there will be prizes. Magic City themed gear. We've got hats, t-shirts, a whole bunch of stuff that we've been thinking about. So if you want to play, we obviously not monetary prizes. Those are not allowed for something like this, but it's just for fun. Get fans interested, and especially if you're younger and you might want to have another rooting interest in this. This is a little more fun. You can keep track of the points yourself. 5 points per win, 3 points per place, 2 points for a show, and 1 point for every quad that your player earns in each of their performances. So you pick your guys, cheer them on all week, and then you have that 1 doubles team. We have 3 doubles games every day, so we do the doubles a little bit differently here than at a couple of other your typical highlight fronton. These guys will be sticking with their same partner through the duration of the full doubles tournament. So you just got to pick 1 doubles team. And folks, we are ready to begin game number 4 now. Sorry about that delay. Game 4 will be a spectacular 7 singles match, scoring up to 7 points. Serving right at post 1, we have Tennessee receiving Juice. Yeah, the mic was... Rebote left side by Tennessee, comes in the middle of the court. Here's Juice. He's got it. The cortada into the top of the pad. That pad is bad. Point 1. In receive in this matchup, white shirt to post 3, number 26, Lamonti. Strong reverse from Lamonti, comes to the middle of the court, catch low by Tennessee. And that's tipped on the right side by Lamonti, point 1. One now, 2 points in to receive. Green, sure to post 4, number 18, CRB. Reverse clips the sidewall. Tennessee's got it. 8-line, middle of the court. Hard forehand. Comes low. There's CRB. He's got it. Over the top forehand. Back to the inside. Tennessee running back. That one's going to sneak by along the inside wall and score. Nice shot for CRB. First point for the 4. In to receive black shirt to post 5 this matchup, we have Fred. High bouncing serve. That's tipped at the 12 line by Fred. That's going to score point 4. CRB now 2 quick points back to receive. In to receive for the first time in this game. Yellow shirt to post 6. We have Assier. Strong reverse from Assier. Comes to the middle of the court. Forehand taken by CRB. Karam does not cut out, but it does score. Gets by Assier on the forehand side. Point 4. In now to receive this matchup. Features pink shirt to post 7. Vuelo. Great serve. Sends Vuelo up the wall. That one sneaks by and scores. Nice serve there for CRB. Gives him 4 straight points. Rounding out this first round, we got the matchup between Cool Fitness and CRB. Purple post 8 in to receive. Strong reverse. That's caught by CRB. Middle of the court. His reverse. Back to the inside. Robote's coming out. Forehand. Laid up off the front wall nicely by Cool Fitness. Brought down. Quick bounce. Forehand. Back inside. There's Cool. Runs around it. Forehand. There it is again. Goes to the outside. Does not cut all the way out. CRB. Into the overhead screen. At forehand just escaping a little bit. Point 8. That'll do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. Back to receive post 2 Juice. Strong forehand by Juice. Forehand. Good catch by Cool Fitness. Low hard back to the inside. Taken again on the forehand side. Goes high off the front wall. Looking for a big bounce. Cool's going to let it pass. Robote, left side. Sent into the overhead screen again. That one is out of play. Point 2. 2 with 2 points. This matchup returns white shirt to post 3. Number 26, Lamonti. Good reverse kept to the inside. Juice overran it. Goes back to the outside. That one goes behind Robin. He's okay. He's laughing about it. He's good. Point goes to Lamonti. Post 3. 3 now at 2 points. Back to receive in this matchup. Red shirt to post 1. Returning with 2 points. We have Tennessee. Strong reverse. Good catch by Lamonti on the left side. He goes deep. Tennessee's going to let it pass. Robote left side. Going to the ground. That save does hit. Goes to the outside. There's Lamonti up and about the 5 line. Hard forehand. Throw it where your opponent's not. Perfect shot for Lamonti's going to score. Point 3. Back to receive. In this matchup, black shirt to post 5. We've got Fred. Reverse to the outside. There's Lamonti. Robote played nicely back to the inside. It's going to get by Fred. That scores again. Lamonti playing very good highlight. Played nicely at the end of last week. Continuing this week. That gives him a possible game point. He's got 6. This game back to receive. Try to stop him post 6. Assier. Reverse clips the side wall, and that's tipped by Lamonti on the forehand side. This game will continue. Point 6. 6 on the board now. 2 points here in our 4th game. Turning for this matchup, the pink shirt to post 7. We have Vuelo. At serve, tipped by Vuelo on the left side. Scores, 0.6. Quick 4 straight points there for yellow shirt of post 6. This matchup brings back the green shirt of post 4. We have CRB returning with 4 points also. Over the top, this forehand sticks inside along the sidewall, brought down by Asier. 8 line, hard reverse. Cut off by CRB at the 9 line. Low reverse, taken on the forehand side, but not held onto by Asier. Scores 0.4. And that's a possible game point now for green shirt. Post 4 CRB, trying to stop him this matchup. Brings back the purple shirt of post 8, number 24, Cool Fitness. Forehand played high to the front wall by Cool. CRB waits for the rotate. Forehand played back to the inside. Cool lets it pass. Rebote, good save by Cool going to the ground. That hits on the outside. Cortada, hard forehand. What a catch by Cool, but he can't complete the throw. Point and game to the green shirt of post for CRB. No playoff here. 4 takes first. 3 it's second. 6 will show on official order of finish. 4, 3, 6, 4, 3, and 6. Your official results will be coming up in just a moment. And results of game number 4 are now official. Coming in first, post 4, CRB. Taking the win, there's post 3, Lamonti coming in second, and post 6, Asier takes third. 4, 3, 6 is your official order of finish for game number 4. Prices will be coming up on your screen in just a few moments. And the prices coming up on your screen right now. Consolation in the exacta for all returns $9.20. Oh, and Stu mentioned sometimes those prices scroll a little quicker than we can read them. Got the $2 try. Consolation there, 4-3 returns $1.40.80, 50 cent. Will be 1/4 of whatever that price was as it rolled by. The exacta, consolation 4 all $9.20. Exacta all 3 returns $8.20. The $2 Canela, nice, $54.60 there. Consolation in the win, don't throw out those win tickets. No one had the 4 to win, so if you had the 3, you are a winner. Make sure you don't throw those out. Well, we don't have real tickets anymore. It's all online, so you probably won't throw out the tickets, but 3 to win, returning $2.10. Consolation in the win. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, moving into game number 5. Game 5 will be another spectacular 7 doubles match, our second of 3 doubles matches this afternoon performance. Game 5 will feature spectacular 7 scoring. We'll be playing up to 7 points. All points will double after all matchups in the first round of play are complete. 1 scratch to announce in game number 5. You see there, we had no scratches going into the day. But Diaz came crashing into the sidewall there in game 2. Diaz looks like he is done for the duration of the day. Certainly this matinee performance. Scratches for game 5. Post 3 scratch. Diaz replaced Diaz with number 77, El Barba. Game 5, post 3 scratch. Number 30, Diaz replaced him with number 77, El Barba. And for those that are just joining us here, a little note there, Diaz scheduled to play in a few more games here in this program. We're on game number 5, scheduled to play in game 5, 6, and 7. He is done for the day. We mentioned El Barba taking his place in game number 5. Game 6, post 5, Bueno will take the place of Diaz. Game 6, post 5, Bueno will take the place of Diaz. And game 7, Tennessee will take the place of Diaz in that doubles game, game number 7. And so how it works here, Magic City Jai-Alai, we were talking about our doubles a little different than some of the other frontons that you may be familiar with in terms of highlight play and how we do it. These doubles teams are going to stay together. We're talking about the differences there between our doubles and singles, but before we get into that again, we're going to run through the full rundown of this game, the entries, post positions for everyone. So for game 6, here we go. For the listeners up at home, game 6, post 1 in the red, we have Ben. Number 7, Ben, post 1. Game 6, post 2. Well, I apologize, folks. Game 5. We're on game 5. Sorry about that. Game 5, post 1. We have Cool Fitness and Jedden. Cool Fitness and Jedden. Red of post 1. Game 5, post 2. Team of Asir and Kubala. Game 5, post 3. El Barba will replace Diaz, and he will be playing with Anderluck. Game 5, post 4. Green, Bueno and Tennessee. They'll be playing out of post 4. Post 5, CRB and Vlo. They'll be in the black shirts. Post 5. Post 6, Juice and Carballo. Pink, post 7, we have the team of Fred and Ikeda. And post 8, we have the purple, Lamonti and Douglas. So again, game 5, the post positions. Game 1, red shirts, we have post 1, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Post 2, Asir and Kubala. Post 3, El Barba and Anderluck. Post 4, Bueno and Tennessee. Post 5, CRB and Vlolo. Post 6, Juice and Carballo. Post 7, Fred and Ikeda. And post 8, Lamonti and Douglas. Those are the entries for game number 5. Game 5 now just 3 minutes away. And before we got into those, we were talking about the doubles teams, what makes it a little different here. Well, we have 3 tournaments that'll last throughout the duration of our whole season. Right now, we're in the midst of our first doubles tournament. We talked about how these guys, in traditional Jai-Alai, they may switch partners. They have traditional front quarters and back quarters. Here, everyone will stay with their same partner throughout the duration of this tournament. This first tournament is going to last through the end of June, and standings are determined by singles wins. So every win you get with your partner only, wins with a scratch partner, a partner that is not your assigned partner, do not count. So wins with your partner only is how we have a little bonus incentive there. $10,000 to first place, the team with the most wins at the end of that June 27th date, and $5,000 is going to go to that second place team, the team with the most wins, and that is for the doubles tournament exclusively. The singles tournament is completely separate. Singles and doubles are completely separate, and those stats are all separated as well. The incentive for those singles, we have $15,000 going to first place. $10,000 will go to the second place singles winner, and third place is going to get a $5,000 bonus. And just like doubles, singles, the standings are determined by singles wins only, just wins. That's the only thing that matters there.
And with 1 minute to go till post, apart from Diaz's knee, lots of interesting stuff going on here. Which is that apparently those of you following along with Watch and Wager, some of the games are off. The ones we have in our program are correct. The ones that are on the Magic City Jai-Alai website are correct as well. We'll be reading you the entries for each game before we begin. We have 0 minutes to game 5. Ready to go.
All right, let's start. Game time.
This is our 5th game, a spectacular 7. Doubles match, played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts of post 1, Cool Fitness and Jed, and receiving in the blue of post 2, Asier and Kubala. There's the serve. Jed begins. Cool Fitness on the backhand. Hard to the back wall. Rebote for Asier. Asier makes a diving save. Jed got there. Excellent hustle by Asier. Will score to capture that point. Point 2. Our next matchup has the white shirts of post 3, Diaz and El Barba. Rather, El Barba substituting for Diaz with Anderluck. Powerful backhand by El Barba. Anderluck from the forehand. Kubala, backhand from the 8 line. He goes deep. Catch by Anderluck. Nice effort to make that rebote from the forehand of Anderluck. He missed. Point 2. That'll bring to the court the green shirts of post 4, Bueno and Tennessee. Point 4. Black shirts of post 5 receive CRB and Vuelo. Bueno from midcourt. There's the backhand throw. Well, lets it pass to the rebote. Missed it. Point 4. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the yellow shirts of post 6, Juice and Carballo. Carballo, forehand rebote, gets it back up to the front wall. Karam off the court, point 6. Post 7 receives. The pink shirts, Fred and Ikeda. Ikeda opens up from the forehand. Juice jumping in to try to make that catch, knocked it down, point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirts of post 8, Lamonte and Douglas. Douglas from the backhand. Strong backhand. Rebote goes up, up, out. Saved by Fred. Ikeda, drop ball, left side. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round, post 1, the red shirts, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Robote left side by Jedden. Here's Douglas on the catch. Douglas with a hard throw. That scores. Point 8. Here's post 3, the white shirts, El Barba and Anderluck return. Scoop by Douglas. Hard backhand. Caught by Anderluck. Douglas again on the backhand. Powerful throw. Taken on the forehand of Anderluck. Powerful throw by Anderluck. Caught by Douglas. Douglas goes hard to the inside. What a scoop by Anderluck. Catch by Douglas. Douglas with another hard one. Anderluck called him off of it. Now Barba went for it. Missed it. Point 8. Well, if the glass holds up to that, we may just get through the whole season. Possible game point for Lamonte and Douglas trying to stop them. Asier and Kubala. Kubala makes the catch. Catch by Lamonte. Douglas on the backhand. Hard to the inside. Kubala's there. Difficult catch by Douglas at the 13 line. Kubala again. Douglas on the forehand from the 12 line. Hard over the top. Robote for Asier. To the pad. Point in game. Post 8. The purple shirts. Lamonte and Douglas. 8 wins it. This will be playoff for second and third place. 4 serves to 2. Getting a little warm in here, Andrew.
I think it's getting a little competitive. A better word. Yeah, very competitive. Guys want to win these doubles games, and pretty important, especially if you're in the bottom of those standings. You need to dig yourself out quickly.
There's a backhand throw by Kubala. Kubala from the forehand. Ball tipped by Tennessee in the backcourt. Point and place to post 2 for shows. That means that 2 came in second, 4 came in third. Unofficial order finish 8-2-4. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 5 are official. Coming in first, post 8, Lamonte and Douglas taking second, post 2, Asier, Kubala. Coming in third, post 4, Bueno and Tennessee. 8-2-4, the official order of finish, and we're just waiting for our prices. $2 Quinella 2-8, 18-40. That's first and second in any order. The trifecta 8-2-4. That's first, second, and third place finishing. 191.60. Look at that exacta. That's first and second straight up. 8-2, returning $111 even. Up next, our sixth game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There is a scratch. Game 6, post 5. Scratch Diaz replaced Diaz with Bueno. Game 6, post 5. Scratch Diaz replaced Diaz with Bueno. And once again, this is a reminder, we did have a transmission error that affected some of the entries that went up to our partner site, Watch and Wager. So let's give you a complete rundown of Game 6. Game 6 is up next. Game 6, post 1, Ben. Game 6, post 2, El Barba. Game 6, post 3, Ikeda. Game 6, post 4, Anderluck. Game 6, post 5 was Diaz. Diaz is now substituted for by Bueno. Game 6, post 6, Vuelo. Game 6, post 7, Ron. Game 6, post 8, Jedden. Once again, that was a transmission error. And if you want to go to MagicCityCasino.com, once again, MagicCityCasino.com, go to the Highlight tab and go down to entries or game pages. You can see the complete updated lineup there. And once again, our apologies for that inconvenience. Once again, Game 6 up next. Game 6, Spectacular 7 singles match. Game 6 also kind of special in that we're looking to see Ron return after an extended hiatus. Ron finished with us in November, went on to play at a few other places before taking a couple months off, then, like the rest of us, got tied up with the whole pandemic out in his home of California. Was delayed coming back, wasn't able to make the May 1st start. He is able to begin now. That's coming up in this next game, so we're looking forward to the return of Ron, number 12 Ron, beginning in this next game. Andrew, doing laps?
Trying to get our steps in today, just running circles. As I said, the weather hasn't been good, so you got to get some movement in while we can. So
all this excitement, I'll tell you. You know, we had D go down with a fairly bad looking injury.
I feel like I haven't even been able to talk to you, Stu. There's been a lot of action so far today, but I feel like we haven't even been able to chop it up like we normally
Anything
do.
You want to know?
We talk about it. Our lives aren't really too exciting outside of the front.
No, I was talking about highlight. Can I fill you in on anything that I've been doing? No.
Maybe Ron. Well,
we had a transmission error.
The transmission error.
Transmission error,
definitely.
Which we do apologize for that, but
yeah, we got the entries, MagicCity.com/entries results. I think it's a good site to check out those entries for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are going to be more than likely 100% accurate. I think over the course of those 2 seasons, they've been 100%. So definitely check those out there on our website. And there's a link also to the Magic City website, the entries and results page that's in the Fantasy Highlight. So if you want to check out stats, you can check those out on MagicCityCasino.com/entries and results, and you can get all the player stats there for fantasy news and all that, and also for the entries as well.
And Tennessee was the first sub. There's always 2 subs. The actual print can only handle us to be able to print 1 sub at the bottom of the program. So Tennessee was the first sub. Bueno was the second sub for the 6th game. And Tennessee not able to play Game 6. Tennessee will, of course, be back. Let's see. Tennessee will be subbing in Game 7.
Yeah, you'll see him in doubles.
So Bueno was the second sub. Second sub's not printed at the bottom of the program. He is going in to Game 6 as the sub in Post 5. Bueno and Tennessee were both subs for the following Game 7, but Tennessee will be going into the front court.
And we got a minute to breathe here, Stu. Whoa,
There's no breathing. There's the programs. We have some issues with the programs we need to advise people of.
Absolutely.
Diaz is back with ice on his knee and his hand on his forehead, wondering what he's going to do with his future. And you and I are switching seats back and forth. And no, there's no time to breathe. There's a minute till post. Then we hope we get through it.
We'll update the doubles. We got a minute to do that. It was a big win for Douglas and Lamonti, though, still separating themselves from the pack. They're their 11th win of this double season now. 11 wins. Next closest, the second place team, Ikeda and Fred with 5. So they've opened up a 6th length lead pretty early in this race. And the way they're playing, Stu, especially Lamonti, and we talked about maybe strategies, keep it away from him, but he's really been, holding his own out there. Every shot that comes to him, he's just getting it back. He had a nice rebote save there in game number 3. That was the difference between the game. I mean, he misses that, they go back to the bench, they may not get a shot. So Lamonti doing what he's doing, and it's a team game. You need both guys, and certainly stepping up, both of them. 11 wins, 4 places, 4 shows for the first place team, Douglas and Lamonti, and that's why they're the most expensive in that fantasy highlight. Significantly more expensive than any of the other doubles teams, almost double. And that's because of the statistics. They're almost doubling other teams in points on a weekly average. So with that, 0 minutes to game 6. We're ready to go.
We're ready to begin Game 6, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, number 7, Ben. Receiving blue at post 2, El Barba. There's the serve. Game 6 begins. That one got away from El Barba, very much so. Point 1. Ikeda from the forehand. Here's Ben. Ben's reverse, going for the inside, low and inside, hard. Just missed it and hit the pad. Point 3. In our next matchup, Ikeda serves to the green shirt of post 4, Anderluck. Scoop by Ikeda. He sends it deep. Robote for the forehand of Anderluck at the 9 line. Ikeda, tip ball, 6 line. Point 4. Now receiving in the black shirt of post 5. Substituting for the scratched Diaz. Or 22, Bueno. Big backhand by Bueno. Robote's up. Played from the forehand of Anderluck. Scoop by Anderluck. Catch by Bueno. Catch by Anderluck.
Ooh.
Outside placement straight over the top. Lands wide. Point 5. Bueno with 1 point, serving to the yellow shirt of post 6, Vuelo. Powerful backhand by Vuelo, taken in the air by Bueno. Vuelo from the forehand. He goes back, taken in the air by Bueno. Swing and a miss at the 7 line, point 5. Bueno has 2 points in our next matchup. He serves with the pink shirt of post 7, making his 2020 debut, Ron. Ball missed on the left side of Ron off the serve. Point 5. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, number 8, Jedden. Forehand rebote by Bueno, played nicely and missed by Jedden, point 5. Bueno has 4 points. The completion in the first round of play means all matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Here's post 2 in the El Barba. That's a nice rebote by El Barba. Bueno, rebote to the inside, El Barba on the run. He gets there, stops it, returns it, and the reverse hits the pad, point 5. Possible game point for the black shirt at post 5. Bueno trying to stop him. Ben. Great throw by Bueno will score for the win. Point and game to the black shirt at post 5. Bueno. 5 wins it. This is a playoff for second and third place between 3, 4, and 1. Ikeda serves. Backhand by Anderluck. Caught by Ikeda. Ikeda goes hard to the inside. Anderluck over the top. Robote forehand to the overhead screen. Point 3. Three serves, post 1, Ben. Possible place point for Ikeda. Point and place to post 3. 4 serves 1. This is for third place. Robote by Ben. Nicely played. Here's Anderluck. Back to the inside he goes. Ben with a great pickup on the backhand. Hard backhand throw. Point and a third place finish to post 4. Anderluck. Unofficial order finish 5, 3, 4. Results from Game 6 are official as posted. Coming in first, post 5. Bueno, he was substituting for Diaz. Taking second, post 3. Ikeda coming in third, post 4. Anderluck. The 5, 3, 4 is the official order finish for Game 6. J.R. Quinella 3-5. That's 3-5 or 5-3. First and second in any order. 21-40. The trifecta, the 50-cent trifecta. 5-3-4. That's first, second, and third place. 216.85. And the pick 3 for today, the 4-8-5. All three numbers returning $728. Up next, Game 7. A spectacular 7. Doubles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. And once again, we did have a technical issue with an upload of the entries. So this is going to be a rundown to make sure your entries match our entries for the 7th game. Game 7, post 1. Diaz was in. It was Diaz and Anderluck, but Diaz is scratched. So Game 7, post 1 is now Tennessee and Anderluck. Once again, Game 7, post 1 is Tennessee and Anderluck. Game 7, post 2, Fred and Ikeda. Game 7, post 3, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Game 7, post 4, Juice and Carballo. Game 7, post 5, El Barba and Ben. Game 7, post 6, CRB and Vuelo. Game 7, post 7, Lamonte and Douglas. Game 7, post 8, Acier and Kubala. What you see on your TV screen is correct, including the scratch replacement for Diaz of Tennessee. The rest of the matchup on that screen is correct. It also matches what's up on the entries and game pages at MagicCityCasino.com under the Highlight tab for our game pages. Post time for Game 7. If you got all that, I hope you did. I hope you can write quick.
It's a lot of information.
Is 5 minutes away. And now, believe it or not, I have to take a bathroom break because I've been running around back here, and we don't often announce those things, but look, I am human. I've been typing, I've been sending, people are yelling, and Diaz is hurt, and you forget. And sometimes you forget. Do you forget?
Occasionally.
Occasionally? Well, you see, after 50, forgetting becomes a problem. Because you don't know that you're going to make it through the game.
It hasn't hit sometimes, but not too many times yet, fortunately.
Yes, this message brought to you by ProScar for the prostate.
And folks, getting into, as Stu just said, another reminder, www.MagicCityCasino.com/highlight entries and results, and then a number sign at the end of it if you want to type it in manually. But the link is in the chat there for you, and all the stats there, player stats are in there, and the correct programs will always be in those. So we understand a lot of you are wagering on the ADW sites like Watch a Wager and all that, and say we are working through those issues there, and there was a technical issue on that side, and the entries on our website, MagicCityCasino.com/highlight entries and results are all correct, and we will give an update as to how the scratch of Diaz will impact this afternoon performance following game number 9 of this performance, the matinee. And while we have a moment here, we talked about those doubles standings. Unfortunately, now due to Diaz's injury, that team of Anderluck and Diaz will not be in the race there. The singles is only with your assigned partner. So for this game alone, if Anderluck and Tennessee win, the points will not go to that team. That is a scratch team. So Anderluck will not be able to get any more points in that doubles race until Diaz is able to return. So we wish him a speedy recovery. We hope that we have him obviously back out here soon. One of the more popular guys on the roster also fills out a pretty solid doubles team that was looking to make a pretty solid run. Anderluck and Diaz there. They had 3 wins, 5 places, 4 shows in the money at just over 40%. And in looking at the fantasy numbers as well, if you're looking at that, we mentioned we are starting Fantasy Highlight. The link is in the chat there. And if you want to play, follow the link. You can join, create your own team. Each player has a certain value. You have a budget, and you got to keep within that budget, and you earn points based on your players' finishes in all their games. You got to win is 5 points, a place is 3 points, show is 2 points, and a quad is 1 point. So team of Anderluck and Diaz, we'll make sure to take them off for the fantasy so you don't select them this week, and then we'll take Diaz out of that singles as well. And those prices, the values of each player, those are going to change throughout the year. Those are based on statistical averages, based on how many points they have earned each week. I mean, we averaged out how many fantasy points they would have earned if we were keeping track through the first few weeks, and we use those averages along with the points per appearance, because we know that some of these guys are playing different amounts of games than others. Like, for example, you have a guy like Douglas is playing 12 games a week compared to a guy like Ben or Bueno, and they'll be playing more like 18 games a week. So, how do you weigh that 6-game difference as opposed to, taking a guy who is clearly Douglas, the best guy on the roster? So that's what you got to weigh in terms of these daily fantasy. We will have prizes after every week, excluding this first week. It's just a little trial. We'll try it out for fun, and it will officially start. This Fantasy Highlight will officially begin tomorrow for the matinee performance. So you have all day today to get those entries in. And again, for those of you that do not have access to that chat, the link is tinyurl.com/fantasy highlight. And highlight is spelled, for those of you that do not know, Jaialai.
Again, you're talking about the Fantasy Highlight.
We're trying to make it big. This is a big thing.
Of course, well, if you don't stop talking about it, of course it's going to be big. It's the only thing you're talking about. Tell someone how Diaz is doing. Do you know? No, because you're focused on the fantasy.
You know what? We went into the restroom. A lot of bathroom talk here, but I said to Tennessee, obviously I hope Diaz is okay and all that. Didn't realize that Diaz was sitting there with ice on his knee. The nicest guy, laughing, smiling, in good spirits. So that's a little update there for Diaz, and we said hopefully he's better. So I do have an update for you there, Stu, and we're ready to begin Game 7.
Do you mind if we begin Game 7?
We can go. We've got it.
Away we go with our 7th game. Spectacular 7 doubles match. The last of our 3 doubles games in this action-packed performance. Serving in the red shirts at post 1, we have Tennessee, who's substituting for Diaz, one of the many things going on here today, playing with Anderluck. Receiving in the blue at post 2, Fred and Ikeda. There's a serve. Game 7 has begun. Anderluck for the rebote. It's a 2-all. Nicely placed. No one there to get it. Point 1. That'll bring to the court the white shirts of post 3. Here's the team of Cool Fitness and Jedin. Strong backhand by Cool Fitness. Anderluck comes over the top. Jedin from the forehand. To the outside it goes, where it's tipped. Point 3. In this next matchup, Jedin serves to the green shirts of post 4, Juice and Carballo. Carballo from the forehand. Over the top. Jedin calls for their bote. Scooped up by Juice. And scoring. Point 4. In our next matchup, Juice will serve to the black shirts of post 5. The team of El Barba and Ben. El Barba picks the serve. Dejada, soft drop shot inside. Juice got there. Scoop by Ben. Hard throw. Carballo's got it. Ben from the forehand at the 12 line. Long carom. Little dangerous from back there. Point 4. Yellow shirts at post 6 are receiving. CRB and Vuelo. Hard throw by Vuelo, caught by Carballo. Point 4. Our next matchup has Juice serving to the pink shirts of post 7, Lamonte, and number 13, Douglas. Powerful backhand caught by Carballo. Scoop by Douglas. Rebote by Carballo. Clips the side wall, lands in. Point 4. 4 on the board with 4 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirts, post 8, Asier and Kubala. Asier picks the serve, throws it outside. Juice.
Wow.
Changed motions, reached over the side of his body with that right hand. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return, Fred and Ikeda. Kubala saves the rebote on the forehand. Ikeda from the right side. Hard to the inside. Kubala's there. Somehow he caught that ball. Good catch by Ikeda. He comes over the top. Catch by Kubala. Point 8. Here's post 1, the red shirts, Tennessee and Anderluck. Strong forehand throw by Anderluck. Rebote for Kubala. Anderluck gets back to the inside, went for the rebote, missed it, point 8. Possible game point for the purple shirts at post 8. Asier and Kubala trying to stop them, post 3, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Strong backhand throw by Cool Fitness. Rebote by Kubala. Jedden takes it in the air, sends it back. Rebote to the inside. Here's Cool Fitness on the forehand. Nice and hard to the front wall. Gets by Kubala. Asier with a diving save to make the save. Beautiful by Asier. Good effort by Kubala. Great effort by Asier. That's point 3.
Yeah, you'll probably see that rebote later on in the week there, Stu. Unbelievable effort from Asier.
Jed now serves to post 5 in the black shirts, El Barba and Ben. Strong backhand throw by Ben. Rebote by Jedden. El Barba knocked it down, point 3. Possible game point for the white shirts, so post 3. Jedden and Cool Fitness trying to stop them. Post 6, CRB and Vuelo. Cool Fitness on the backhand. Vuelo sets up for the rebote at the 8 line. Keeps it inside nicely. Very nice. That's a beautiful rebote thrown by Vuelo. Picture perfect. Point 6. Play continues in our 7th game. 6 serves to post 7. Here's Lamonte and Douglas. Ball tipped by Douglas. Point 6. Six has 4, 4 has 4. This matchup has Juice and Carballo receiving. Good catch by Vuelo. Hard throw. Caught by Juice. Backhand by Juice. Caught by Vuelo. Vuelo clipped the side wall. Carballo got on it. He caught this return nicely. Catch by Carballo. Rebote. Missed. Point 4. Four has 6 points. Receiving. Trying to stop them. Fred and Ikeda. Good catch by Carballo. Hard throw. Caught by Ikeda. Hard throw by Ikeda. Caught by Carballo. Carballo goes hard to the front wall. Rebote by Ikeda. It's a 2-all. Comes back in. Carballo with a hop makes the catch. Hard throw by Ikeda. Rebote left side to the overhead screen. Point 2. Play continues again. Here's post 1, Tennessee and Anderluck. Catch by Anderluck. Long carom by Anderluck, thrown beautifully. Fred's got it. Anderluck catches it on the forehand. Hard to the inside. Ikeda sets for the rebote. Nice rebote by Ikeda. Tennessee kept it for himself. Nice on the forehand. Rebote to the pad, point one. Tennessee and Anderluck have 3 points, but returning with possible game point are Ossier and Kubala. They have 5. Point and game to the purple shirts of post 8, Ossier and Kubala. 8 wins it. No playoff here. 4 places, 3 shows. 8 comes in first, 4 comes in second, 3 comes in third. Results from Game 7 are official. Coming in first, post 8, Ossier and Kubala. Taking second, post 4, Juice and Carballo. Coming in third, post 3, Cool Fitness and Jedden. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 8th game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in Game 8, but based on a transmission error from earlier, actually, what I imagine occurred on Sunday, let's make sure that what you have lines up with what we have for Game 8. Game 8 post 1 will be Carballo. Game 8 post 2, Anderluck. Game 8 post 3, Jedden. Game 8 post 4, Ikeda. Game 8 post 5, Kubala. Game 8 post 6, Douglas. Game 8 post 7, Ron. Game 8 post 8, El Barba. The Quinella 4-8, that's 4-8 or 8-4, the $1 price, $39.70. Trifecta 8-4-3, $352.80. The high 5. 14858, 3 of 5 numbers, returning $35.30. Once again, up next, Game 8. We have 2 games left in today's performance, Games 8 and 9. A spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, points double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in Game 8. Post time is just 7 minutes away. And we're aware that this transmission issue affected the matinee performance. We believe that it may have affected the afternoon performance as well, beginning at 4 p.m. So, if you're with us today, make sure you go to www.magiccitycasino.com, go to the Highlight tab, drop down to the entries and or game pages for today. Those are the official game pages. That is who is playing in those games. That's who you want your wagers to be based on. And of course, Diaz will be out in the afternoon performance as well.
And folks, moving into Game 8, we have these feature singles games to close out this 12 p.m. performance. We have no scratches in Game 8 running through the lineup. Carballo post 1, Anderluck post 2, Jedden post 3, Ikeda post 4, Kubala post 5, Douglas post 6, Ron post 7, and El Barba will be playing out of post 8. for game number 8. And folks, we have another video for you. We played a Robote recap, which is just a recap of last week's action. We make a video every week recapping the play, featuring the best singles, doubles, and the play of the week. We want to show it to you again. We'll be playing it right now. Take a look.
Welcome to the Robote Recap. From top plays to player standings, the Robote Recap is the only weekly update you need. So let's get into it. We are 3 weeks into the 2020 Magic City Jai-Alai season, and a familiar name has resurfaced atop the standings. Number 13, Douglas. Douglas came into week 3 in an unfamiliar position for himself, second place. So the Wonder Boy played with a new level of intensity that helped him capture 5 singles victories. Douglas has certainly reasserted his dominance over the roster. Now with a total of 15, he leads the pack both in total wins and win percentage, hitting a clip of just under 42%. Trailing closely behind Douglas is someone that knows him and his game pretty well. That would be his roommate, number 1, Anderluck. Magic City's Winter Soldier always comes to the fronton prepared for a tough battle, and this week he came out firing from the start. His powerful serve and consistency with his catches were major factors that helped Anderluck also find the win column 5 times this week, giving him a total of 13 wins on the season. And now, last week's singles leader Ikeda sits solo in 3rd place. Number 23 found himself in a free fall down the standings after a winless week of singles action. Don't get me wrong, Ikeda's still in fighting shape with 12 wins for the season, but with Douglas and Anderluck on the rise, Ikeda really needs to turn things back around for himself in week 4. Let's move on to the Golden Cesta. This week's Golden Cesta came right down to the final game of singles play. Here's the breakdown. Douglas needed a win in Sunday's Game 9 for a share of the title, but just a few uncharacteristic mistakes stalled his comeback and ensured that the Player of the Week honors would go to number 22, Bueno. Bueno struggled to close games in the first 2 weeks of singles action. He tallied 0 total wins with numerous 2nd and 3rd place finishes. However, in typical Bueno fashion, he never let his emotions get the best of him. Number 22 came back to the fronton refocused in week 3 and secured an amazing total of 6 singles victories. We think Bueno was just getting his feet wet. I don't know about you, but I'm looking for Bueno to build off of this great showing and continue to steadily improve throughout the season. Week 2 of our first doubles tournament brought the most dominant team performance we've seen in Magic City Jai-Alai's young history. Douglas and Lamonte entered week 2 with a share of the lead, but piled on a whopping 7 victories and only 14 appearances to take a commanding 5-win lead over the rest of the pack. Douglas and Lamonte now have a total of 10 team wins in this 2-week-old tournament. Fred and Ikeda tried their best to stay as close to the top slot as possible, but even with their 3 wins this past week, they still have a lot of ground to cover to catch up to the leading team. Let's not forget that there's still over a month of play to go in this tournament, so there's still some time for other teams on the roster to slow down Douglas and Lamonte's secretariat-like pace. This week's Robote play goes to everyone's favorite bearded pelotari, number 77, El Barba. The affectionately dubbed Dennis Rodman of Jai-Alai earned his nickname not just because of his eclectic personality, but also his ruthless competitiveness and drive to win each and every day he enters the fronton. That drive is leading to more and more success on the court, as evidenced by this perfectly executed game-winning Robote. Have a look for yourself in this Robote Play of the Week.
Good catch by El Barba. Well, with a good catch at the 8 line. Hard throw. Robote coming out. Absolutely beautiful outside placement of the Robote is going to score to win. Point and game, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to begin game number 8, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, points double after the first round play. See, I like that video. That video, we didn't have to talk, went straight to the bingo.
Bingo.
Time to bing. It's perfect. All we need is 2 judges. See, I'm ready. Carballo is ready this time. There are 2 judges. Here we go. Game number 8, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1 is Carballo. Receiving in the blue at post 2, Anderluck. Carballo serves. Game 8 begins. Carballo from the forehand at the 10 line. Great catch by Anderluck. Rebote forehand. That's a powerful forehand rebote by Carballo. That's a hard a forehand rebote as I've ever seen him throw. Beautiful. Anderluck went to put it outside. He put it out of the court. Point one. White shirt at post 3. Jedden receives. Jedden makes the catch. Sends it back. Here's Carballo. Rebote, left side by Jedden. Scoop by Carballo. The Carballo blast will score. Point one. Green shirt at post 4 receives. Here's number 23, Ikeda. Ball missed off the scoop attempt. Point 4. Ikeda now serves in this next matchup to the black shirt at post 5. Here's Kubala. Backhand goes wall to wall for Kubala. Forehand rebote goes deep. Rebote forehand by Kubala. Here's Ikeda. Karam by Ikeda. Well thrown, just missing. That's out of play. Point 5. Kubala will now serve to the yellow shirt of post 6. Here's number 13, Douglas receiving. Beautiful rebote for Kubala. Hard play to the inside. It's going to score from the left side of Douglas. Point 6. Bank shirt at post 7 returns. Here's Lamonte and Douglas. Sorry, reading out of the wrong program. That's Ron. Catch by Douglas. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt at post 8, is El Barba. Outside placement will score from the forehand of El Barba. Point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round is the blue at post 2, Anderluck. Rebote left side. Nicely played by El Barba. Here's Anderluck from the 7 line. Throws it hard to the inside. Rebote left side by El Barba. He keeps it in play. Here's Anderluck. Great catch by El Barba. Forehand rebote by Anderluck. El Barba moving in aggressively. Throws another outside placement. Anderluck read this. Scored on the return. Interesting. Very tricky. Point 2. White shirt at post 3's back to receive. Here's Jedden. Anderluck chooses to go for the forehand rebote. Sent it wide. Point 3. Our next matchup has Jedden serving to the red shirt at post 1, Carballo. Rebote left side by Jedden. It's a 2-all. It's caught by Carballo. It's a hard throw by Carballo. What a beautiful effort by Jedden to make that rebote. That landed wide, point one. Carballo has 4 points. He's serving to the four-post. Ikeda. Backhand by Ikeda. Forehand rebote, played hard. Ikeda's there. Ikeda back to the inside. Carballo's there. Carballo goes wall to wall. This rebote's going all the way. It's cut off. That's a beautiful rebote thrown by Ikeda. Ikeda got up there to throw it. That was headed towards a home run. Very nice. Point four.
That's big sports terms, Stu. I like the home run. Nice.
There's no real skill to throwing a home run, just a lot of power. Post 5 receives. Kubala. Catch by Kubala. Point 5. Returning, post 6, Douglas. It's a good serve by Kubala. Nice backhand throw by Douglas. Here's the rebote for Kubala. That is picture perfect. 2-wall rebote. Beautifully thrown by Kubala. Point 5. Possible game point for Kubala. Trying to stop him. 07. Ron. Low backhand by Ron's gonna score. Point 7. Here's post 8 in the purple shirt, El Barba. Rebote turned nicely on the left side of Ron. Ron concentrating to make the rebote. Good catch by Ron. Wow. Point 7. Possible game point for Ron in post 7, trying to stop him, Anderluck. Ron, hard backhand. If he wasn't hurting before, he's hurting now. Point end game. Pink shirt at post 7. Ron. 5 places, 1 shows. Unofficial order finish 7-5-1. Results from Game 8 are official. Coming in first, post 7. Ron taking second, post 5. Kubala coming in third, post 1. Carballo. Well, Andrew, I was going to talk to you, but the prices are up, so I'll talk to you later. The Mighty Ocho, which will rotate around before I have a chance to announce it, so we'll refer to it in a minute. There's the $1 Quinella. That's first and second, finishing in any order. That's 5-7 or 7-5, 57-70. The Trifecta. Here's the Mighty Ocho. 3-7-1, 4-8-5, 8-7. 4 of 8 numbers returning $32. The Trifecta 7-5-1, 286-20. That's first, second, and third place finishing in the Trifecta.
And ladies and gentlemen, that'll bring us to our 9th game of the afternoon. Game number 9, our Superfecta 9-point singles match. This game, a little different than the others. This one has spectacular 9 scoring, and it features the Superfecta wager. What does Spectacular 9 mean? Well, just a slight variation from Spectacular 7. We still got a video explaining that subtle difference. Here it is for you. Take a look.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
And that was a little explanation video about Spectacular 9 scoring. Yes, the only little difference there, we'll be playing this game to 9 points instead of 7. Points still doubling after the first round, and we do have that Superfecta wager available if you are wagering today. That Superfecta bet available only in this 9th and final game of the afternoon. It's actually still the matinee, but the first performance of the afternoon, the 12 p.m. performance.
Andrew, so, as we explained earlier, I'm going to say this to you because I like talking to you.
As do I.
Not on my days off, but I like talking to you here.
Just here.
Right.
Yeah,
Just here, this works. So anyway, I'm going to tell you about transmission errors.
Okay.
Occasionally, when we upload the program, we send it to Connecticut, we send it to Watch and Wager, we send it here, we send it there. Every now and then, numbers get transposed. It actually happens very rare. I don't believe it happened at all last year.
No.
So it has happened. So some numbers are slightly off. So if someone wants to look and make sure that the program's correct, the program that we're playing with is at MagicCityCasino.com. That's what I have in my hand, and that's what the players are scheduled to play under. So for Game 8, let's go down. Who's going to be playing where? Game 8, Post 1?
Game 9.
Carballo. Oh, Game 9?
We got Game 9. Game 9. It's the
So how about if I
I
announce the wrong game in addition to the mistake? Why don't I do that? Game 9, Post 1, Bueno. Game 9, Post 2, Kubala. Game 9, Post 3, Ron. Game 9, Post 4, Anderluck. Game 9, Post 5, Douglas. Game 9, Post 6, Carballo. Game 9, Post 7, Ben. Game 9, Post 8, Ikeda. That is the rundown for the Superfecta game, which is Game 9, which begins in 3 minutes.
a little update on number 30, Diaz. Some of you that were joining us earlier saw he went down in game. He went down in game number 2 with a apparent knee injury, leg injury on. And we have good news to report. We mentioned between games 7 and 8, saw him in the locker room. He was sitting there in very good spirits, joking, typically as Diaz does, always in a good mood. And fortunately, it seems like the initial diagnosis was a little worse than we actually anticipated. He seems to be doing much better. His knee is obviously hurt. We're going to see what his status is for this afternoon. Doesn't look like we don't know exactly if he's going to be playing this afternoon, but certainly much better than we anticipated. Yeah, we're going to assume no, but the report is much better than we may have originally thought with Diaz.
The report went something like, "How does it feel?" It kind of hurts. We'll put ice on it. Put it up. Okay. Let's see how it is in an hour.
Yeah, and he's
that's really the update.
that was the injury report there. And
that is the update.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll be feeling better and get him back out as soon as possible when he is, of course, healthy to do so. So in good spirits, it's update on Diaz, and we will let you know the status on the scratches, if he will be scratched. Pretty sure he's going to be scratched for this afternoon, and we'll see about the other days.
And the clock on the... I'd like to say the clock on the wall because there's a lot of songs that go like that, but there's a clock on the television says 0 minutes, which means it's time to begin our last game. I think things are going to be a little more organized going into our afternoon game. This is game number 9, a spectacular 9 superfecta match. This game is played at 9. That's 9 points, with all points doubling after the first round of play. Serving, red shirt at post 1, number 22, Bueno. Receiving in the blue post 2, Kubala. Bueno serves, game 9 begins. Ball dropped by Bueno, point 2. Now receiving, the white shirt at post 3, number 12, Ron. Ron on the backhand. Hard thrown, low and hard to the inside, is going to score, point 3. Green shirts at post 4. Anderluck receives. Robote forehand save by Ron. Keeps it in play. Here's Anderluck. Karam hits the pad. Point 4. Here's the black shirt at post 5. Douglas receiving. Scoop missed, however, he makes the rebote. Here's Douglas from the 7 line. He sends it back. Point 5. Douglas will now serve to the yellow shirt of post 6. In this next matchup, Carballo receives. Nice backhand by Douglas. Douglas on the backhand again. Nice and hard. Carballo for the forehand rebote. Beautifully played to the inside. Scoop by Douglas. Hard throw. Robote by Douglas. It's a 2-all. Carballo stops it. Robote left side, played hard, taken in the air by Carballo. Carballo goes wall to wall. This is going all the way out and scoring. You asked about a home run before?
That's a home run. How about that? First
there you
effort.
Go. 0.6. Carballo now serves to the pink shirt, post 7, number 7, Ben. Big backhand by Ben will score. 0.7. Here now to complete the first round and receive wearing the purple shirt of post 8, number 23, Ikeda. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round, post 1, Bueno. That hit the overhead screen. Point 8. Ikeda has 3 points. He serves to Kubala in the blue shirt of post 2. Good catch by Kubala. Goes back to the inside. Good catch by Ikeda. Picada, the big bounce. Thrown high to the front wall, looking to get the big bounce. Kubala tried to cut it off, but missed. Point 8. Ikeda has 5 points, but remember, 9 points are needed to win a Superfecta game. Here's Ron. Ball goes off the tip of Ron Cesta. Point 8. Possible game point for Ikeda. Trying to stop him. Anderluck. Scoop attempt. Missed. Point and game to the purple shirt of post 8. Ikeda. 8 wins it. 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, and 4. Playing off 4. Place show and quad. 5 first serves. 2, 6. Catch by Douglas. Hard throw by Douglas. Carballo to the outside. Wow. It scores. 0.6. 7 now serves to 2. Point 2. 3 now serves to 4. Over serve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. That point goes to the 4. 6, 2, and 4 continue in the playoff. 4. Second, third, and fourth place. 6 first serves to 2. Possible place point for post 6, Carballo. Trying to stop him, Anderluck. Great catch by Anderluck. Nice throw on the backhand. Here's Carballo. Anderluck on the left side, winds up. There's the 2-all, stopped by Carballo. Cortada by Carballo, beautifully stopped by Anderluck, and a great catch. Anderluck again. That's hard. Taken in the air by Carballo. Anderluck from the forehand. Sidearm carom. Carballo on the move. Makes the catch. Cortada scores for second place. Carballo finishes second. 2 serves 4. This is for third and fourth place. Powerful forehand throw by Anderluck. Robote to the outside by Kubala, lands in. Anderluck throws a carom that no one could get to. Impressive. Point and show to post 4-2 takes the quad. Unofficial order finish. 8-6, 4-2. Your prices will be up in just a moment.
And for those who are interested in making wagers in the afternoon performance today, we do have a rundown of the afternoon program, which will come after the prices. We're going to have a full rundown after we reveal these prices with the transmission issues and the necessary changes that need to be made. So if you got your information off of Watch and Wager, there are transmission issues. They are working currently to fix those. We don't know if they will be fixed by the 4 p.m. performance, so we will give you a full rundown of that right after the prices come up for game number 9, just so you're aware. If you want to play those, the pick 5, the pick 3, you need a lot of information in advance, even the Mighty Ocho, the new one. So you need that information in advance, and we will get that for you. As we mentioned, Watch and Wager is fixing that transmission issue. We don't know if it'll be done by the 4 p.m. performance, so we got those coming up after the prices, which will be in just a few more moments.
From the 9th game, the $1 Quinella. That's first and second in any order. $1 Quinella, 6-8. That's 6-8 or 8-6, 67.50. 50-cent trifecta, 864, 339.90. And the superfecta, 8642, 114.67.
All right, folks, so that will do it for the prices in the 9th game. And just a reminder, this is the correct version of our 4 p.m. performance. These are the game pages for that 4 p.m. performance this afternoon. There were a couple transmission issues with Watch and Wager, so if you make your wagers on there, if you already have, these will be the changes for the program, and these are the correct changes. So here we go for game number 1, post 6. We're going to substitute Diaz. Diaz has suffered an injury in the matinee performance. He'll be replaced by number 29, Vuelo. Post 6, game 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Vuelo. Game number 2, post 7, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with CRB. Game 2, and again, these are Thursday 4 p.m. performance. Game 2, post 7, scratch Diaz, replace him with CRB. And now here's where things get a little interesting with the program. Game number 3, all right, post 1, that's their first transmission issue. CRB and Vuelo is the team on Watch and Wager. It should be the team of Juice and Carballo. Game 3 is Post 1, Juice and Carballo. It is not the team of CRB and Vuelo. That's for game number 3, Juice and Carballo, Post 1. Game number 4, there are no issues for game number 4, although Diaz was a substitute there, so if there's another issue, hopefully won't have to deal with that. Game number 5, transmission issue for game number 5. Post 2, we got a substitute, Diaz. Diaz is replaced with number 24, Cool Fitness. And Cool Fitness and Jedden on Watch and Wager, they are in Post 6. That should be the team of Fred and Ikeda. So Game 5, Post 6 should be Fred and Ikeda, and Cool Fitness subbing for Diaz in Post 2. Game number 6, Post 2. It says Ben on Watch and Wager. It should be Ron. Ron, Post 2, Game 6. That should be Ron, not Ben. Game number 7, Post 3. Transmission issue there. We have the team of Bueno and Tennessee should be in Post 3, not the team of Rock and Ron. Bueno and Tennessee in Post 3, not the team of Rock and Ron. And Post 4, Game 7, it is not Diaz and Anderluck. That will be the team of Ben and El Barba. So Game 7, there's 2 adjustments. Bueno and Tennessee, Post 3, and Ben and El Barba in Post 4. That is the correct doubles pairings there for Game 7. And that will do it for the transmission issues for that afternoon program. So we will run through these again at the beginning of the next performance. And we will get those, as we said, before next performance. And one more issue here. It looks like game number 3, a sub for Diaz. That sub is going to be number 18, CRB. Go back, game 3. Diaz will be subbed, and that should be CRB taking his place in game number 3. So we'll run through those again, and we hope to get those transmissions issues fixed for you by tomorrow. Someone's working on that over at Watch and Wager right now, and we hope to have you join us again for that 4 p.m. performance.
And with all that information, that will do it for this Thursday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon and invite you to join us again at 4 p.m. when we'll play 9 more action-packed games. And we will go over those changes about 5 minutes till the beginning of Game 1 in the 4 p.m. performance. So about 3:50, 3:45, 3:50. If you're planning on joining us, tune back in. And you can go over your program, make sure we match up. We sure hope you enjoyed today's action-packed Magic City Jai-Alai performance. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai channel. Let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in the live chat during our games. On behalf of players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today and hope you'll join us again today at 4 p.m. Till then, goodbye till we can see you back here at Jai-Alai.